Welcome, Optimistic. What's up? Thank you for joining Champagne and Conversations.
What's
Hi.
going on?
Yes. And guys, we have to be so excited because Optimistic is joining us from Australia, the Down Under.
Representing down under.
Yes. And we're going to cheers to you and wait till you all see what he has in his hand. My other love, coffee. Yes.
Yeah, I can't be drinking champagne at 6 a.m.
Oh
Especially
my gosh.
waking up. No way.
Yes, I love it. Coffee, they all know coffee is like my other love. So between that and champagne, we're good.
Awesome.
No
That's dope.
food.
That's dope.
No food necessary. Welcome, Optimistic. I am so honored to be able to sit and talk with you, and we definitely won't keep you. I know you are on your way to some other things you need to do today, and thank you for joining us at 6 a.m. And yes, so I got to ask you, how is COVID there before we go into all of the other fun stuff? How is COVID going there?
Right where I am, we're really good. We are
Okay.
on the west coast of Australia, and I think because we're so isolated away, being an island, we were very lucky with that. So we shut down our borders very quickly. I know Australia did a lot on the east coast. We had a lot of cases there, but the Western Australian border shut down very quickly. So we only kind of, yeah, we only had a little bit of it. So we didn't cop it too bad. We were extremely lucky.
Awesome.
But yeah, now we're trapped in our state. So there's not, I mean, you can leave. It's just very hard to come back in.
Yes. So you've been there for the entire year or the time that we've been going through COVID. Okay. All right. Are you
Yeah,
working there in terms of work, in terms of music? Are you working?
yes, definitely. I
Okay.
mean, I'm always creating. I was working on my albums, side projects. Work did slow down for a while there. So they gave me a lot of time to work in the studio, finish off other projects, lab work. But the live shows are only just starting
Yeah.
to kind of reappear now over here. We're starting to get gigs and shows going.
Yes, awesome. Keep us posted on your live shows when we can clear the borders. Champagne and Conversations will be in Australia. Believe that, guys. We'll be taking our trip there. Yes,
I
now that
hope
we have
so.
some friends over there.
Yeah, I'll be drinking champagne with you then.
Absolutely. So, I mean, I don't even know where to start with you, but what was your inspiration into hip hop?
Growing up, I mean, my father got me into music as a young kid in the early 80s. He was a
Okay.
drummer in a kind of 70s rock and roll band. But I fell in love with hip hop around 87, I think, 88.
Okay.
So a lot of my inspiration then, I guess this is when we had a two-channel TV. I was born in like a little bush town in the middle of Australia, a couple of hundred people max. And I think you're starting to get your NWA, Salt and Pepper, Run DMC, all that was kind of coming out through the station. And I just attached to it as a young kid. So as a young man, I was doing the running man at all my discos and parties, like one of the early kids to be trying to dance like all these people on TV. So
Yeah.
really a big fan at the start. I was just a fan from the start, became an artist and also a big collector. So just loved hip hop since a kid and been following that passion since.
And your flow is amazing. I'm just like, I was waiting to hear you say you had an entire DNA family of, artists or what have you that could write, could flow, because it just seems so natural for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think the rhythm originally from my father with the drumming, but
Sure.
now it's just being a fan and being inspired by all these people growing up.
Yes.
I used to go to sleep with headphones on, listening to albums on repeat. I would sleep with the albums on.
Did you have like a list of those artists that you aspired to work with or be like? Was it anyone that you were kind of really watching at that time?
Definitely, man. Well, it changed a lot in the early years, like in the early 90s. I mean, Arrested Development was
Okay.
huge, very big. I love Arrested Development, Speech.
Okay. Yeah.
That being the first band I ever seen live in 92, I think I was. 92,
Yeah.
I seen them. Um, as it progressed, I was a massive Onyx fan. I
Yes,
love that
I am as
rowdy.
well. Yes.
I, oh man, I love that rowdy energy. Fredro, Sticky, Sonny's,
Yes.
big, love it. And of
Yes.
course, Redman, Method Man. I really
Yeah.
love the more energetic, grimy kind of sound. Big Rock, Rockness Monster, Helter Skelter. But I'm a huge fan of a lot of artists. A lot of artists I'm a big fan of. So, but there's some of the main ones there that really, really did it. And I love the speed rapping, coming in a lot of fast rappers, your Chip Fu, Busy Bone, Bone Thugs, all that, man. I'm just a fan of a lot of artists.
So we're gonna leave that there for a second, and I'm gonna go somewhere with this and come back. But you're known as conscious rapping, obviously, from the days that you were doing your bars. And then going into that, you speak of vibrations, vibes, manifesting dreams, all of the beautiful words that we obviously have now come to lean on in the midst of COVID, even from your start. So, as I was reading all about what you were doing early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, and then actually manifesting what you were speaking into your work, you actually ended up working with all of those amazing artists that you admired. I think that is just that's everything. That is just everything. Congratulations to you. So were you using that strategy, just kind of like law of attraction, putting it in your vibration and just saying, I'm going to get there, I'm going to work with them, to get to that point of working with all of those that you named?
I mean, well, that's exactly, optimistic. That's how I got my name. I love
I love it.
the
Yeah,
mysticism, positive mysticism.
sure.
I've read a lot about it, and I've always had a bit of an innate nature about that, of the whole being being one with the universe type stuff.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, if you experience and you feel it, you know it, and you can. I don't know if it's God as such and all that, but it's definitely spiritual, a
Yes.
strong connection, high vibes, positivity, and a good faith and belief in yourself. Um, and a lot of hard work, a lot of hard work to come with it, and maybe a few little kisses from Lady Luck to help things push along.
Yes.
Um,
Had an
but
amazing
yeah,
run.
but yeah, I think life's beautiful, and trying to see a positivity in the darkest times really shows the strength of man and humankind.
Absolutely.
Because that's when it really matters.
Yes. And so, with all of the amazings that you've named, that you've worked with, Chip Fu and Keith Murray and Onyx, and I mean, the list goes on and on and on, in terms of the amazing folks, I will tell you that I am seriously considering changing my theme song for Champagne and Conversations to Exquisite, because I love that song.
That's crazy. I was literally just talking to Chip Fu this morning as well. That's cool, man. It's
I love Exquisite. Listen, don't freak out if you hear it like, oh, she's gone crazy. She has totally fanned out on the song. It is awesome. I love it. But now, do you have any new projects that you've rolled out within the pandemic time, or even in now 2021?
yeah, definitely. I mean, I just dropped the latest album in on the 11th last year, which was Salty Waters 2.
Yep.
That's just out, so I'm just promoting that, and that really has hit the peak of everything I've been doing. Actually, the two Salty Waters albums really were a good peak of all the hard work and effort coming in. And you got a plethora of OGs and legends on there that I was lucky to
Tell us.
work with.
Tell us who's
Do It
on
All,
that one.
and you got Do It All from Lords
Yes.
on a song with Crazy Dre's from Das Effects. Rockness Monsters back on there. Mike
Yeah.
Hands is on there. the Artifacts, Elder Sensei and Team One, Method Man's on there. Shit, I can't even, I can't even remember.
It's so dope. Like I'm so excited for you. When I was listening to the music, because of course I have to take it all in. So I've had some days to do it, but I was just like, you know, the YouTube just goes from song to song. And I had to keep running to the screen like, who's that? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's been a crazy journey, man. And I tell you what,
Yes.
if somebody had told me this 10 years ago, I wouldn't have believed it. You know, like I would not have believed it back then. So I really feel blessed and lucky that these people are
Absolutely.
with me. And
Absolutely.
getting to come to New York back in 2015 and shoot the videos with Keith Murray, Mr. Cheeks, Rock,
Yeah.
Do It All, Chip Boo, man, that was a dream come true for an Australian artist like myself. You know, I know
Sure.
many people love that one, man, and not even only in Australia, hip hop worldwide, people would love to do that type of thing. You know.
Yeah, and I'm certain that, you know, Fearless is another one that actually really speaks to today's time. I posted that this morning because it was just kind of moving with me. So just timely music or timeless pieces, if you will. So I'm sure that once everything opens back up with your new album, you'll be able to do, if not the same, even greater projects and videos with the same artists, the OGs, as you said. They'll be able to, you know, get with you and do something totally amazing. I think that it's just awesome to see how you just progressed, even in just what you desired, and it manifested. That's a big message.
Thank you so much, and thank you for acknowledging that. You know that as an artist, that feels great. You know, to see people who understand the journey of what we've gone through. You know, so you know, I'm definitely not a new artist. I've been here for a long, long time, but I guess only now it's starting to flourish and bloom, and people are getting to hear the music, which is the best thing. That's what needs to happen, is just people getting to hear the music.
Yes, optimistic guys, and please give us your social media where they can download your album, all of that amazing stuff.
You catch me on all platforms. Optimistic, spelled OPTIMYSTIC. Maybe with an MC at the end. I think I mixed some. I have
Yes,
Optimistic
it is.
MC or some Optimistic. But yeah, you'll find it all out there. All your social medias and platforms, man, they're all out there.
Yes. And the album, the title of the new album is?
Salty Waters 2.
Okay. And so Revamp was your first, and then Days of Guiding Light was your second or your third?
And yeah, that was a
Okay.
double album, Day of the Guiding
Yes.
Light.
Yeah.
And then Salty Waters came as the third, and then Salty Waters 2 is now the fourth solo album.
Yes. And I'm certain that you can't wait to get live with all of that, right?
Be dope, but it's a bit of a catch-22 now with all the collaborations. So
Listen, I'm sure they would be ready too. You would have a total concert with all of them. You wouldn't have to have anybody else.
And that would be a tour and a half. I tell you what,
two tours. It would go on for years.
That
with
would be dope.
All of them, you could just break it up into like OGGs and then OGs. Oh my gosh.
Man, I'd be on the stage and I'd be jumping back in the crowd just as a fan to scream at them, throw my undies on the stage.
Oh wow, absolutely. I mean, but now as you have been in your lyrical flow, have you been compared to anyone?
No, not necessarily.
Really? Okay. I'll keep my
No one told me
thoughts to myself.
I would love to hear that, to be honest. But people always can hear the inspiration from me, you know, especially the way you record. I mean, I can definitely feel the bit of the Onyxy, Redman-y vibe. Sometimes when I go faster flows, I don't know, kind of a bit versatile on certain things, but I would love to hear your opinion.
I'm so nervous to say someone might chop my head off. I'm like,
I don't
because what I heard was like Eminem. You were
Yeah.
like, yeah, like one, I
Wow.
forget what song it was, but it was like you were leading in the Eminem that was to come thereafter. And I was just like, wow, what was that? And I need to know what song that was. Actually, I think it was Rock on All Levels. I think that
Oh
was
yeah,
it.
yeah, right. Wow, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That well, that's the first. That's the first.
Really? I was just wondering. I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say it because I just didn't want to make it seem like it was so cliche. But the flow, it was just like that. And I was like, I see, I see. But I mean, obviously your mentors that flowed like that, obviously, too, was something that probably inspired how you actually did your bars on each project. But it was just amazing just how to hear you, just go. I was like, wait, how is this happening?
Honestly, that's really cool to hear, man. You know, that's really cool. And that is the first for me. I haven't had the Eminem. I haven't had Eminem, but
And you haven't had anyone at all?
no, I don't think anyone's ever said
Okay.
Styles, you
Okay.
know. I don't think I've ever had that before.
Okay.
No,
So
I
I'll
really
start that. Maybe they'll tell you now. They'll say, I really wanted to tell you, but now they'll tell you.
stop biting Eminem.
Well, no, well, I guess you would have been out before, right? In terms of yeah.
Yeah.
So it would have been a space in between. I'm sure he doesn't want to hear it, but then maybe he would be okay with it. We don't know. He's been kind of relaxing right now. So
I take it as an honor, man. M's,
yeah,
no doubt he's one of the most amazing writers,
yeah.
and he's changed hip hop in Australia big when he came out because there weren't many artists like rappers. You know, there's only a handful of us.
Okay.
And in '97 or something, I think it was when he really dropped and came
Sure.
out big. That
Mm-hmm.
changed, and now there's rappers everywhere. You know, where I'm around now, there's MCs everywhere. I think Eminem played a massive part in that for Australia. Definitely.
Awesome. I saw that you noted that Australia has now really taken to hip hop. Has that just been in the last, what, 5 years, or how long has it
Well,
been?
nah, the Australian scene has been along. Like I said, there's been the early days of myself and other people, even maybe a couple years older generation
Okay,
that had known of hip hop. So there was still a very small underground circuit.
sure.
But
Underground.
now it's blown out. You're right. Now there is artists in Australia who are packing out stadiums and are selling out big shows. So it's definitely changed massively. There's a terminology now down here called Aussie hip hop. So it's not even just hip hop, it's Aussie hip hop. And some of these kids, that's all they listen to. There's only
Aussie
Aussie
hip
hip
hop.
hop. So that's weird. To me, that's weird. You know, I find, I've always loved hip hop. And to me, hip hop's hip hop. No matter where you come from, you're an artist doing hip hop. But shit, now there's something called Aussie hip hop in Australia.
Aussie hip hop. I
Yeah.
like it. I guess that's kind of like our trap hip hop, maybe. That's what it is for US.
Trap. I ain't no trap.
Maybe so. Now, you mentioned that you like your venues. Are you more apt to your smaller venues where you can be kind of up close and personal, or do you like the larger ones, the more like a stadium or effect?
Man, whatever's got that banging sound system. If that sound system bumps, then that's great. But I mean, I've played in all types of venues.
Yeah.
I've played in skate parks to shows to massive venues to small gay lesbian bars to you name it, man. We've rocked mics on it. We've done it. But yeah, I mean, small. It just depends on the crowd, the nights. Sometimes sneaking into a little open mic night can be amazing shows because of the crowd and the energy and the vibrations, the energy and the vibrations on the night. So if there's good vibes, it's a beautiful night.
Good vibes. And this is good vibes. We do appreciate you joining us. I know that your time is limited and it's so very early that you joined us to share in your amazing work. And we wanted to give you your flowers because you have been working hard and you've worked with some amazing talent. So we do appreciate you and your contributions to hip hop here and the Aussie hip hop. We do appreciate that. Now, before you go, once the borders open up, what would be your kind of dream event? What would you love to do?
For myself as an artist, or just to get
Yeah,
away on a
yeah, for you.
to be honest, I mean, I've been doing some stuff with some people up in Indonesia, which has been kind of
Yeah,
out there. So I would actually like to go meet some of these people I've been collaborating with up in these countries, and
yeah.
yeah, and have a beautiful holiday with my partner, take my missus up there. I'm about to be a father for the first time, so I'd love
Oh
to take
my
my newborn.
gosh, congratulations. Do you
That's the new
know,
big one.
boy, girl?
I do, but my girl would kill me if I said anything right now. So
Okay,
I
okay.
can't say. I'm sorry, I
Okay.
can't say.
Well, blessings to you. We are so excited. We know the baby will be beautiful, will be extremely talented, will have amazing, amazing life and full of energy and vibes and all of that that you share with your little ones. So congratulations. When are you due?
Man, could be today. It could be in a week.
Oh
Yeah,
my, please keep us updated. Please, please,
yeah,
please.
I will. I will.
Oh, how sweet.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that. Cheers. Cheers. I know you don't have champagne, but cheers. We'll cheers for you.
Cool.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. But Indonesia, I was just sharing with my travel team today as we've kind of started to think about late 2021, 2022 trips with Champagne and Conversation. So Indonesia was on the list. So you'll have to keep us posted if in fact you're doing an event there.
Definitely. Man,
Yeah,
their scene looks amazing, man. Like it's really good, very unique.
very
They hit
unique.
me up. They just hit me up. They got me to do the track with them. Next minute, they wanted to shoot the video for it. The video's dropped, and it's really cool, man. I love their energy and their passion they're driving. So it's nice to kind of to give back and have other people. I chase and reach all these artists, and it's really cool to have them now calling out to me, looking for optimistic collaborations and features, which is dope. So I've been doing stuff with Indonesian, Italy, up in Sweden. So that's been pretty cool.
Truly international. We love it. Yes.
Awesome.
Law of attraction, that's what happens. You give it
Yeah,
and you get it back. Good for
that's right.
you. Thank you so, so much, Optimistic, for sharing your time, your story. You've been such an amazing inspiration. We'll definitely have to have you back and we'll work on the time for you because we appreciate you getting up at 6 a.m. to talk to us. But the next time, we'll make certain that you can have a little bit of fun and drink a little bit of champagne with me and all of that great stuff. Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you
Thank you
so,
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, man. It was an honor.
Yes, thank you for joining Champagne and Conversations. Ladies and gentlemen, we have hip hop internationally known Optimistic. Please go check him out on all platforms. His music is amazing. The collabos you will love. Legends, legends, legends. We love it.